First of all, I never imagined this career. It just kind of emerged. I started writing for martial arts mainly, as sort of a side gig, sort of because I was looking at the quality of articles that were being published. I started writing in the 90s, and there just wasn't a lot of really good, substantial, meaty articles. At the same time, I was training and I was looking at, I was doing all this research on culture myself and finding all this information that I felt just needed to be shared and brought forward. And so I started writing, and eventually that wound up getting in this position as publisher of the magazine. And that put me in a very fascinating role. It was a weird seat because, in the martial world, we all treat each other with respect. There's martial etiquette, but there's a particular face people would put on for me being the publisher, because everybody wanted to be on the cover of the magazine, right? And so that was kind of interesting. I think being a martial artist and training in the martial arts, one of the things that you learn to do quickly is to judge who you're looking at. What kind of skills do they have? If things go down, can I beat this guy? Or, that's kind of that martial thing, right? You look at where their talents lie and where their weaknesses lie. And I think being able to, because I was, literally bombarded by all these martial artists trying to get press. And I respect that. I gave press to people that had something to talk about other than themselves, and being able to read people was incredibly powerful, and also just as a publisher, as a writer, I would feel inauthentic if I didn't have the practice. It's hard to write about stuff if you don't know it. If you're not in it. There's a lot of observations that came out of my own practice that drove a lot of my articles. Still do.
That's awesome. Being a martial artist and being able to make martial arts your career. And the funny thing about that is I find it absolutely incredible that you weren't even trying to make this your career. It just you really fell into it.